Hello! Right, this is another tech review. This is the Kuboq New Ideas for Life gaming bag. So that's its icon on Amazon, which is where I purchased this from, and I have been sent this for review. This is an item that's been sent to me free for review. So first of all, it came in a fine outer packaging from Amazon. The inner package is just a plastic bag. The strap will go over. So we're going to take it out of this plastic bag and see what we've got. So just tape and lots of plastic bag. It is now open. We've got little protective things here, which I'll have a look at in a second. It's for the eye that's going to hold any straps. So it's quite nice that there's little protective covers over them both. So there they are. It's just tissue paper, but it's effective. It's kept them nice and shiny, nice and good. The zips on the front have got similar. They've got the same, so we can take those off in a moment, like this. So there they are now without them on. That's quite a nice shape actually. It's quite a nice. We'll get to that in a second. I don't see any more right now. So yes, there you go. It's the Kuboq gaming bag. So it actually says, travel and carry your gaming system exclusively wherever you go. Case is specifically designed to store and carry the Xbox One, including the kinetic, games and accessories. With extra protection, you need to stay secure during travelling. So we'll see what the security is about. I'll be honest, I'm not going to use this specifically for gaming, though I do carry a console right over there. We carried it recently. But what we've got is, it's a Velcro handle and it's attached to that one. It's only single stitched onto there, so if you can see this, there's a single line of stitching on there, and then this is the strap and this is the actual connector, so that can sit in there, and the bottom one folds under, the top one folds over and the bottom one folds back on, so that's now held together. That's sponge with a canvas sort of feeling outside, a nylon feeling outside, and that's it for the external features really. We have, this is going to lift up, and we've got the zip obviously. So let's pop the actual thing. So this is taped down. I'm just looking for something to cut it with. I don't want to destroy the centerpiece. I want to just undo it. There we go. So that is just folded over the top. No, actually, there we go. That's the instructions off. So in full, you have information this side about the pockets and bits and bobs, and then that's the side of what we showed you. But there's actually something else holding it shut. This plastic taped down thing. It is just plastic, but that's quite effective. That's quite good. So we'll just take that off. So that was around it. That's keeping it all nice. That's good. We've got a clasp and that lifts. This is a nice big pocket. It's just a pocket. There's nothing else in there. There's nothing special. So that is quite large. I mean, that's going to take, you know, if I actually grab something to put in it, actually it's quite hefty. A second. Yep. So let me just grab this for you. I'll have to hear what I'm doing because well-known book, fairly hefty. That goes in there, no problem. And if we click that shut, that's fine. And this can adjust. This will get bigger and smaller, but that's no problem at all. Taking that whole book in there, and it held that quite well. I mean, that's, as far as I can see, that's a good thing to carry. Something weighty, something big. Obviously, you're going to be carrying gaming equipment, but I think this is more generic than that. I think they're doing themselves short, so it's just for gaming. So the zip pocket, a bit more flimsy. It is sort of card lined on the back. This is the front flap. It opens up this way. That's just a bit of cardboard, it feels like, in there actually. Something in between the layers. So yeah, it's just a flap. Put a memory stick in it, something you're not bothered about. Right then, so let's just Shuffle this down a bit so you can see what else I'm doing. Whatever. So we'll open this up. Fine. Now we've got to open these properly. So we've got a double set of zips here. Again, they've got the protective covers on. So if I just pull this off, they are just sticky tape with tissue paper. They're just falling to bits, but they're on quite nicely. That one's actually stuck on. This one's coming off easy. So that one's come off in full. I'll get the other one off in a second. We don't need to worry about that. So we open the double zip, and the bag is holding its shape. It's holding a square sort of shape. So inside, we have a look inside. What have we got? We've got another zip pouch inside that seems to be velcroed in. So is that velcroed all the way down? There is something there. I'll have to look in a second when I can get more light. So the front pocket has got your CD pouches, your DVDs. Now, I'll be honest, that picture there, I can get it in Scott, put my finger right on it, that picture there made it look like this whole thing opened up for it. So we've got to go all the way out, look. All the way round. It literally splits in half, look, opening up. And this is straps, silica gel, keep it nice and dry. So these are straps. These are Velcro straps, 2 of them, to hold something in there. Now, that's meant to be a gaming console, but I could easily see that being a laptop, a DVD player, precious, anything delicate you want to carry in there, really. And then the second bit has got more silica gel, and we've got a rubber elasticated pouch here. That's easy enough for a game controller to fit in. And the second one's slightly smaller. It's on this side. So we've got one there. So between my index finger there's actually a barrier, and this is a whole piece. This is velcroed in. So that's velcroed in there. That's a whole other piece. So this is for your wires and your plugs, I'm going to assume. No protective things on this. I'm just opening it up. There's even more. So there's your strap. There's the outside strap. I'll cover that in a second. This is really impressive. I am really impressed with this so far. So this affixes top, bottom, sorry, left, right and bottom into the bottom of the bag. So without that in, this is the console area with the 2 straps, which are just velcroed. You've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 pouches for DVDs or CDs, and I will just grab one from here. So standard DVD goes in there quite nicely. Now, is it going to get scratched? Well, I don't particularly care about this DVD, so let's just try it. Yes, they are going to take a bit of damage. They are going to be. There is distinctly fabric marks on that. From what it's actually from is this cotton beading here. So if I can bring this closer, you can see it if I bring it closer. Or do we need more light? There we go, that's better. So we've got the pouch with a stitched top. And these are nylon. It's not smooth, this is nylon. And that will, it is ever so slightly abrasive. I don't know if you can see. Maybe you see the scratches on there. I certainly can, but I don't know what the quality will be when you've caught it. So, if I get another one I don't care about. So, here is another CD, DVD actually. And if we just try and get its angle right for the lens, there are no scratches on that. There's a little bit of dirt from my fingers, but no scratches. Let's put this in this. Okay, now this is over the top. Let's 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, let's have a look. There are marks on there now. There are marks on there. Can you see that? I can't. Yeah, there are marks. There are definite scratches in the lateral motion where I pulled it across that cotton, and it's mainly, so for this pocket it's that next one's thing that's getting it, so it's coming up and over that one, so in and out's a problem. I presume the top pocket's going to be no problem because you've not got anything here to rub it on. The bottom pocket is going to rub on this one, the next pocket will rub on that one. That's a shame. That is a shame. I personally do carry media around with me because I have to. So I'm a little bit disappointed with that. That's the first thing I'm disappointed with. Am I going to say that's a star off in my review? Out of 5 so far, I'd probably say it would be a half star off. I was rubbing that quite vigorously. You're not going to have the weight in it normally. But really, the nail on the coffin is that there's nothing holding the CDs in there. So I wouldn't trust them anyway. I wouldn't put and I certainly wouldn't put an expensive $49.99, $39.99 game CD in that pocket. So that's a shame. So lower side, fine, and I'll put something in at the moment. We'll actually borrow my book again just to show you the strap. So the strap is over the top of that book, and I need both hands, unfortunately. So if I pull that taut and push that down, that works a treat holding that there, and there's one the opposite side as well. Obviously this is not a games console, but it's about as heavy as one. So let's put this back in. This is obviously where you'd put your power cable, your power brick, your wires. Zip it back up before I put it in because it has that shape. And of course this goes and sits on top of, see, it's very sticky, the CD DVD. So that is stuck to the bottom there, it's stuck there on the right, and with your game controller on top. Sorry, so we've got this stuck on top, it's stuck here with Velcro here and here. This is the game console, they'd stick on top. The CDs are going to be rubbing up and down in there. They're going to come out of there easy as pie. The CDs are easily the weakest part of this otherwise very strongly performing unit. And I'm zipping it back up. I mean, this feels positive, sturdy, it's holding its shape. I mean, that's the depth. There's my hand. There's my hand. And there's the depth of the whole thing. That is the depth of this bag. It's a palm length deep. This is in, a deep, big, going to carry everything for you. Now, is it particularly padded? The front is, because you've got 1, 2, 3 layers before you get to the internals. The back, it is a little bit thicker, but it only feels like cardboard. So I'm at pains to say whether I trust the games console inside it. I would carry a games console. I would put one in it and I would be very careful with it. I would say this is a good way of carrying them if you are looking after them. Would I say it's going to survive in an aircraft hold? No, not at all. Would I use it and sling it on, a luggage rack up on a train or a bus? No, it's not going to survive being banged around like that. So the final piece, again, we've got the little paper covers on this. This feels distinctly less quality. This is the handle of the bag. This feels distinctly less quality than that. That looks fairly decent. There's a stud. This feels cheap. Again, the question is that worth another star? I'm going to give it a 4-star review, a solid 4-star review. This is pretty decent before we get into, silly money numbers. What would I carry in it? I'd carry an older or a spare gaming console in it. I would load my console in it to go to a game night at a friend's. But I wouldn't say it's a professional grade thing. I wouldn't say it's for, jumping on the train and going to a major concert or rather competition with. It's not that quality. It's a stopgap. So Anyway, the shoulder strap, it's fairly padded. It's okay. One side's okay. It's not hugely padded. It is just a couple of layers of thing. It changes length, but these clips to the thing, they are really nice rings. But the actual clip, they feel quite flimsy, quite small. But actually, I mean, look how that looks fairly small to me. Once I got anything larger than console, couple of games controllers, wires, I would wonder about that holding in any sort of meaningful way. But otherwise, it feels like a decent unit. Not my helmet off, not my hat off, not my headphones even. But yeah, I quite like this. I do see very much a use for it. Now the bottom, by the way, before I forget, you've got plastic stripe connectors. You've got two either side, so it's thinking about having the weight on it and pressing down and evening it out. Again, it's just to keep the bottom off the ground a little bit. It's not going to protect you from the wet. It's not going to protect you from anything. Is it waterproof? Dare I chuck water on this? I have some water. There we go. They're not soaking. Probably not a fair test. I'm letting it soak in. Put my hand inside. Yeah, it's not come through. Open this up again. That's going to protect you against the light rain, even a good burst of rain, because inside you've got this layer inside, this second layer. So you've got, you know, the outer layer, the slightly padded layer, and then the inner layer. On the other side, you've obviously got the two layers, and then you've got these CD holder bits and things. So yeah, it's going to be fine. I wouldn't stand it in a puddle. Certainly wouldn't stand it in a puddle. But other than that, it's going to protect your gear from getting too wet. Yeah, all in all, pretty damn good. Pretty damn good. It's not the best thing in the world. It's certainly not the ideal thing in the world. It's certainly decent gift fodder for anyone that's a gamer. It's certainly going to be able to carry other things in a gaming machine. It's going to carry a laptop. It's going to carry a DVD player. It's going to carry DVDs. It's going to be a little bit of a good carry-on. I mean, I would say it's a poor man's camera case as well. I think saying it's just a gaming bag kind of sells it short. It's a large, decent quality bag. End of conversation. Packaging, pretty good. The protection on these is pretty good. I mean, these zips are really nice. It's only a shame that this handle strap isn't quite the same quality. I mean, there's already a thread on there coming off. It's just a shame. Another thread there. Look, it's actually part of the nylon material. But yeah, like that. I think that's a decent addition to my pile of gaming gear. I'll say goodbye.